Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. Okay, so at the time of this recording, Hurricane Dorian is heading towards the U.S. It is right now over the Bahamas, causing some serious damage, and it's going to hit the U.S. The question is just where. And so while I was thinking about it, I realized that I really had not done a topic on how to prepare your business for a natural disaster. And for a home business owner, it's not enough you've got your family to worry about, making sure you have supplies and, maybe you have to evacuate and those types of things, but you still have a business. And so then how do you prepare your business for a natural disaster? And so what I want to talk about today. So we're going to do the top 7 ways that you can prepare your business for a natural disaster. Number 7 is power. Okay, you got to have some kind of way to power the important things. If you're in your home, if you're staying put, then you got to have a way to have power. So having a generator, especially if you're in an area that is prone to these to natural disasters in some kind of way, then you definitely need to have a generator in your home. And every area of the country has their own little stuff, right? On the coastal areas, you got to worry about hurricanes and such. On the East Coast, on the West Coast, you're worried about, earthquakes and whatnot. And then, up in the Northeast, you got snowstorms. So everybody has their stuff in different areas of the country. And so having a way to power the important things you're in your home, having a generator to power up your computer, to power up your cell phones are absolutely crucial, in addition to powering up things in your home, like your refrigerator and freezer to keep your food and all that stuff. Okay. So that's number 7, having some way to power your, your important stuff, your phone, your computer, for your business. Okay. So that's number 7. Number 6 is to communicate with your team. Because we are global, which is awesome, it really makes this a lot easier. You may have remote teams, you may have remote employees, you may have remote independent contractors. Communicate with your team. Let them know, hey, these are the marching orders. This is who is in charge or whatever. You make sure that you give them their assignments before stuff happens so that your business can continue to run in the event that you are absent. This is where if you grow enough to have an online business manager, this can also be a key person for you that's going to help you run your business in the event that you are, that you're out of commission. Okay. So definitely want to communicate with your team, give them their marching orders, let them know what they're supposed to be doing and everything, just in case you're out of pocket for a few days because of the natural disaster. Okay. So that is number 6. Number 5, communicate with your customers. All right. When we're talking about natural disasters, kind of the last thing that we're thinking about is people outside of us. But when you have a business, you don't have the luxury of doing that. Communicate with your customers to let them know what's going on, whether you send out an email blast or you have something up on your website that says, hey, due to the natural disaster, we're going to be out of commission for a few days. Let people know the status of things, especially if you have a product that you're supposed to be shipping or something. Make sure that you communicate with your customers to let them know what's going on, and they're just not sitting there wondering, because believe it or not everybody watches TV and knows what's going on. So your customers may not even know that something is impacting you directly, and if they're thereby impacting their products and impacting their services. So you definitely want to send something out to your customers to let them know, hey, this is what's going on. Expect a delay, and update them as quickly and as often as you can so that they stay aware of what's going on. Lack of communication will absolutely kill your customer base. Okay. So customers can be very unforgiving when it comes to that. So you definitely want to make sure to reach out to your customers. Number 4, review your insurance coverage. Okay. I have a video that talks about the different types of insurance that you, as a business owner, that you should have. But you need to also make sure that you review your coverage, make sure you understand what's covered, what is, your deductible, what are you going to have to pay out of pocket, if, what type of information are you going to be required to give. Make sure that you have contact phone numbers of who do you need to call, when the disaster does strike. Okay. So, but you definitely need to review your coverage to make sure you understand what your insurance does and does not cover, and then prepare for the things that your insurance doesn't cover. Okay. That's the only thing that you can do. All right. So that is number 4. Number 3, store important documents in the cloud. Okay. This is one of our technological advances that really does help us as business owners, is being able to store things in the cloud. Okay. Now there are secure portals that you can have. There are things like Dropbox, Google Drive. There's all different types of cloud storage that is available. So you want to make sure that you store your important documents in the cloud. And we're talking about, financial records, especially your bookkeeping records. Some people use a desktop application for their bookkeeping. You want to make sure that you have your last bookkeeping update stored in the cloud. So if you have to go back and recreate something, you're not trying to recreate it from memory. You already have that document. So store that stuff in the clouds. And we're talking about other important documents too, not just, for your family, like birth certificates and all of those things. We're talking about documents that particularly pertain to your business, that talk, we just talked about insurance, your insurance policies, whatever succession you have or emergency plan you have for your business, any type of important phone numbers. You can store that stuff in the cloud so that you can access it. If you've got to work remotely, then you'll be able to access it, and you're not stuck on, trying to get to a desktop computer that may or may not be working. It could have been destroyed. Okay, so definitely scan those important documents related to your business into the cloud. All right, number 2 is to back up your computer data. This little baby right here, an external drive, is your best friend. Okay, you can get, I think this is a 4 terabyte or something. I think I might have spent like $80 on this. I caught it on sale. But back up your computer data. And and if you're doing this on a regular basis, it's probably already done, but you want to back that up, so in case that you have to go through restoring what was there, you have it, and you're not trying to figure out where stuff is, what it is, and all that stuff. So definitely back up your data. Again, whether it's computer data, financial data, you can put it on an external drive. If there's something that you can't upload to, to the cloud or something like that, you have an external drive to use as well. All right. And number 1, this is my number 1 thing: prepare for a loss of income. Now, if you have an offsite, if you have your own standalone brick and mortar type thing, you qualify for business loss of income insurance. So I highly recommend that if you have an offsite, that you definitely have that, especially if you live in an area that is prone to natural disasters. Okay. But for home business owners, from what I understand, we don't qualify for that. So then the question that you have to ask yourself is, how much money do I have in my reserve? This is why you save money. Okay. This is why when I tell you, you put away 10% of your income into savings, it's for things like this. So that if you are actually not going to be able to make money for, let's say, 30 days, 60 days, how are you going to survive? How are you going to deal with that loss of income, especially if you still have people that you need to pay? So you have to prepare for that. So, this is why I caution you to not just go and spend every dime that you make from your business. Put aside money to save up for things particularly like this, because when you have that loss of income, what are you going to do? So this is why you need to have a business savings account as well as a personal savings account. Hold on. Yeah, but preparing for the loss of income is really a big deal because you still want to be able to finance your business. You still want to be able to serve your customers when you do get them. But yeah, you can expect that loss of income because depending on the type of business that you have, your customers may have to go somewhere else, right? I'm a tax professional. So we're coming up, on at the time of this broadcast. It's September. We're coming up to October, which is the extension deadline for a lot of people. Well, if I have a natural disaster that strikes and I can't operate, guess what? My clients are still going to need to go elsewhere because your tax professional, having a natural disaster might not necessarily be okay with the IRS unless you happen to be in the same area, right? So my clients may have to go somewhere else. I still have to prepare for that because I still got bills to pay. I still got to eat. So this is why you have to have those types of savings set aside so in the event that you're shut down and you can't make money, then you've got some savings set up. And this is also why it's great to have systems in place and other types of income versus active income, like money, you make money while you sleep, things like e-commerce or, affiliate marketing or things like that that can supplement your income in the meantime until your business gets back up on its feet. So, you know, um, this is a real thing. I think a lot of times we are lulled into complacency because things don't necessarily happen in the area that we live in, but it doesn't take a major disaster. What if you had a fire? I've been through that, right? What if you have a fire? What if, you have an accident? You might live at the end of a cul-de-sac or end of an intersection and somebody comes sailing through your home. Like things really do happen. And Grant Cardone said this: it's not the fact that stuff happens, it's just that stuff happens and we're not prepared. So you can never be too prepared for any type of emergency, especially when it comes down to how you're generating revenue for your business. Okay. So I hope this helps you out. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right, have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.